Guys, before we get going, you know what we got to do? We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. So, thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, Justin, Brian, Dusty, Alpha 80 Swag, the Roland Rogans, Kay, and Center. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. As we say, it means the world to Luke and I. You guys really are the ones that help drive this podcast. Also, the Discord, guys, go check out the Discord. You can find both links for the Patreon and the Discord in the episode show notes. We got a fun one in store for you guys today, episode 211. We got a very special guest joining us. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I'm ready. I know Luke's ready. I know our guest is ready. Guys, happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 211. We are excited to get this one going, so let's get it started. Let's go around the table, shall we, to your co-host down in West Bogota, Virginia. Luke, how are you, buddy?
Dude, I am excited and I'm doing well, but to say how the week ended, just dragging ass. And I will say, I hate to say this. I got to admit this. I don't actually hate the Linux camera. I've had so we've had flooding here. There's been trees falling down in the road.
Same.
I've had to do like 500-yard backs. And I'm not exaggerating that much. And I'm just looking at that thing and I just click that little blue button. I'm like, and I'm on a back road, like a 1-lane back road. That happened, it happened one last time to end the week today, but it's been, I don't know. I'm starting to come around. I hate to admit it. I ranted so bad about them things, but I also know from stories I've heard and the fact
I don't even know what that blue button does.
The blue button bookmarks it. If you do, like, say, okay, with this, if you're,
is it management that has access to the bookmarks, or is it the Linux people that have access to the bookmark?
I believe both.
Because I know management has to contact the Linux people for certain things.
Oh no!
So
I've cussed at it.
Shit.
I've cussed at it and flipped it off a lot too in the process. So I mean, it probably negates that. But yeah, I don't know. The week was whatever. It's 1 week closer to vacation, but yeah, I'm happy that it's Fridays we record. We have this has been one that I would say probably since this thing started, I've wanted to have this guy hop on, and I'm excited. So without further ado, I'll let you do the honors. I just wanted to throw that in there with the I had to have it documented. I hate to admit it, but Analytics camera was all right because at least I can say if they ask like why did you back up 2 miles this week, I'll say okay.
I'd be like, just look at the camera.
There it is. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, dude, you were talking about flooding. Dude, so the area where I deliver got it like the hardest. That county up there got it the hardest. I think it dropped like 8 inches of rain, I think is what they said. It's like if that was snow, we would have been we would have been so screwed.
Cooked.
But I mean, dude, trees. We had some roads wash away out there. There was a few ECs, emergency conditions that I couldn't get to, because the roads were closed, flooded, all that crap, dude. It was a tough week here as well. But like you said, happy it's Friday. We made it through another one, and we're here with our very special guest, Saul. Let's get into it, shall we, guys? Guys, he is from Phoenix, Arizona. Hasn't been there his whole life, but we'll get into that. He's package car turned feeder driver, 26 years with the company. Please welcome to the show, Jesus Danny Valenzuela. Did I say it right?
Yes, sir. You did. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Nailed it. Hell yeah, man. Go ahead, Luke.
That was pretty good.
It's funny because Dave normally, when we used to have the question of the week a lot, he was kind of known for hilariously fucking up words sometimes. So nailed. But I mean, he understands because I mean he's got his last name's hard to pronounce. I mean I feel like hard to pronounce. He nailed it.
It's not an easy name to pronounce, I guess, at times because it's so long. It's like people kind of a lot of times they'll look at it real quick and they'll say Venezuela because it kind of looks like Venezuela, right? Like
it does at a glance. At a glance, it does. Yeah.
So they'll just automatically assume it's Venezuela. So I get that a lot.
Venezuela, yeah.
Well, I said it before we recorded, and I have to mention this now because I said one of the things I've always respected very, very much of you, and I know you were off of social media for a while, but in my early days of Cardboard Community, when I was like meeting, when I'd met Bobby, and then when I'd met Dave and everybody else, like you had mentioned about unplugging from social media, and really it wasn't like other people. I don't want to say like other people wouldn't have suggested that being a bad idea or anything, but I felt like I didn't hear it. And then it made me think. And then I thought, and we had got to talking, and like I was saying, I don't remember verbatim how it was said, but you had said, if you take like a week off of everything, and if you like that, take one more and just see if you can do a couple weeks. And
Yep.
I told you that it was like day 2 or 3 in my Facebook account I didn't really do I didn't do videos on, I wasn't really social media active on that, but still had a long time Facebook account. And I got out of that as well. And my wife had said something, Ashley was, she was saying, did you see what such and such put on Facebook today? Like it was something that either really pissed her off or must have been I don't know what it was. Cause I remember I looked and I just chuckled. I was like, no, I don't. I have no idea because I'm unplugged from everything. And it made me realize that as many positives as social media has, and us being a podcast, it's allowed us to be able to reach out and get to know, like it has a lot, but man, when you think of it in that regard, there's a lot of negatives with it too. So it's good to unplug.
What do they say? We're so connected. We're so busy being connected to the world that we get disconnected from the people that mean the most to us a lot of times, right? I think that's kind of a true statement. Like we're so busy being connected to the world that we forget about the people right in front of us.
So true.
So true.
It happens because you don't even realize how much time you're spending. I don't a lot of times. I get lost and I have to like check myself a lot of times. It's more now because I'm trying to really make a social media presence. I'm trying to do something with it. So I'm really investing a lot more time in it than I probably ever did. But so I'm trying to learn how to navigate it and be present in the moment at the same time. It's hard.
Totally. I mean, like, it's a thing where, like, for me personally, because, I have my personal Instagram. I have the podcast Instagram linked on. I got my detailing car business that I'm also doing linked on, so like I got multiples, but like what I found like for like me personally is, is like when the kids are awake, that's my focus. You know what I mean?
Especially if you
Because I
got
got two boys, you know,
Yeah,
and you know, when my kids are awake, like that's my focus. Like
exactly.
I'm not going to be on there if my kids are awake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that 100%, especially
Yeah.
if they're little. You lose a lot of time with the job that we do already as it is.
Exactly.
And then if you're coming home and you're going straight to your phone, it's kind of unfair to them, right? Like it's something that we really need to be conscious of. And a lot of times I fall into that trap myself. So it's constant having to check yourself. Luckily, my wife doesn't give me too much of a hard time, but she will point it out at times. Say, hey, like you're spending way too much time on there. So you kind of need that sometimes. Somebody to protect you, right?
Absolutely.
No, you definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And I was gonna say I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I gotta ask because I was going to say one more thing because with kids, because I only have one and she's 4. How old are your kids?
Well, today I want to give a special shout out to my twins. My twins, Layla and Raina, they're 18 years old today. I have my older daughter that just turned 22 last week, and my son is the youngest one, and he's 15. He's going to be 16. Yeah, he's going to be 16 in February. So yeah, we have no little ones. We're almost done. We got one left in high school, and you know we're cruising.
Dude, you don't look a day over like 30.
Thank you.
You look great, bro. You look great.
I mean, my hairline says otherwise.
I was going to say, I know he lost the hair over time. I saw that.
I just let it go. The grays are coming in; they're pretty good now. I think I tell people like I don't feel old at all. I feel like a resurgence right now. Like now in my 40s, I feel like I'm getting better than ever.
Hell yeah.
I think if I didn't lose my hair and I didn't have the big beard and I was shaved, I think I would probably still be looking under 30. I think I could pass 30.
Dude, so that was the thing, like, because so many, I have so many people, friends of mine, of kids that are grown or that are growing up, and I literally on my route, I saw it, and because my daughter's 4, and I've seen it, like my nephew, shout out to Eli, yesterday he turned 18, and so, you know, just knowing how quick that it goes, it just, it's still made me.
The years go by really fast. Like I said, I lost a lot of time. I lost a lot of time with my kids earlier on in package car, because it was a grind. So later on in life, I started learning how to just maximize the time I had because I knew they were growing up fast. Everybody would tell me the same thing. Kids are going to grow up fast. Make sure you spend time with them. And it's the truth. I tell people now that I have older kids, I'm like, enjoy your kids while they're little. Really spend a lot of time with them because they grow up like this. You blink and they're already grown.
That's where, because Dave, his boys are 5 and 7. And, you know, my daughter being 4, it's like I tried, and I'll say that, you know, I don't mind working, a little overtime here and there, but it's like way different now because it's like, I don't want to go out. Why do I want to work 12 hours a day? And, you know, there's people out there that have that mentality. And I'm like, you know, if you got to, you know, one thing, financial situations can be whatever. I'm not going to say there's not people out there that have to do what they have to do, but it's also, it's one of those things, like you said, with this job though, and I've realized that, you know, I was a late in life father, and just seeing how fast even these 4 years had went. Just kind of, I don't even, I just, so how old are you then?
I'll be 44 this year.
44. So I thought you were a little bit older than me, but so yeah, I'll be 42 in December.
I'll be 44 in November, 44.
Nice.
But dude, like exactly like you just said, like with this job, time fucking flies.
Dave, like I'm like I do.
Our kids are just
a lot, but like the stuff that you're telling me that you're doing, Dave, I'm like, how do you manage it doing package car? Because I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. When I was in package car, I'd get done for the day and I was done. Like I didn't want to do anything. There was nothing. I didn't want to do anything. All I wanted to do was plop on the couch, have a couple beers, watch TV, and relax. That's all I wanted to do. I don't know how. So like people say that I do a lot. I don't think I do. I give you guys a lot more credit that are in package car that do extras. I really do, because
Thank
it's
you.
a lot harder to do, especially, you know, out here in my region when it's 116 degrees plus. It drains you. I don't care who you are. It drains you. It really beats you up. So the job is a lot harder than a lot of people assume or think it is.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's
like today,
very
for instance,
appreciated at times.
oh, totally. Like today, for instance, dude, I didn't get home till like 8. Like it was a long day for me today. Like, yeah, I didn't get home till 8. And then, you know, the kids, like my kids are 5 and 7 years old, and my wife's got them on a great schedule. You know, more props to her, because she's, you know, holding the fort down here while I'm gone, you know, and like she's got them on a great schedule where, you know, those kids are in bed by like 8:30 every night.
See, those are,
you know, so
exactly the same thing we're just saying right there, Dave. Like, those are the things that would really get me and mess with me, is when I would get home late, 9, 10 o'clock, my kids are already asleep, and I'm like, I didn't even get to see them.
yeah.
Like, luckily, I would drop them off at school, so I would have that morning time, right? But anything after school, I was never able to be there unless I had an 8-hour request and I was busting my ass to get home. And I'm praying, hoping and praying that there's no accidents or nothing on the way home too.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Right.
definitely. So I mean, my hats are off to you guys, that all the extra stuff that you guys are doing, because I don't know how you guys do it.
I can say I know Dave wouldn't say it about himself, so I'll say it for him, dude. The guy, he's got the get shit done attitude, man, and he just makes it work. I'm serious. I'm going to give this is to, if wherever you are, Brad Sherbert, I hope you're doing well, brother. But I swear he was living in Canada then, and this was early on in the podcast, and we were on a 3-way calls, Dave, myself, and Bobby, and I don't even remember how we got talking about it, but we were just saying that we need to get a hold of Brad Sherbert. We didn't have any way to get his number or whatever, and like kept talking, and I swear it was like 2 minutes later, we have this dude come on, and he's got like this Canadian accent, and it's Brad. We're like, oh man,
Yep.
David got his number, got him on. We were talking to her like, dude, he just like, it was like we manifested this. Guy's got a, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He does the detailing business and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
See, where do you find the time, especially balancing kids and everything else? Man, this job, I'm telling you, like, that's a lot on your plate. Put it that way. That's a lot to put on your plate.
I mean, the detailing business came about because, I'll give you the short form of it. The detailing business came about because I really don't want to be here.
I get you.
I was waiting
much longer.
I was hoping he would say it, because I didn't want to say it, but I was like, just tell him to.
Yeah, every single one of us at some point reaches that point where we're like, dude, fuck this place. I want to leave.
Yeah. I want to be successful with that side project right now. I want that to be my full-time job, right? I want that to be my full-time thing where I can make my own hours. I can make my kids' games, my kids' activities after school. You know, I'm about to have 2 boys now, both in the public school system. You know, my youngest is about to start kindergarten in September. So it's like, I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own schedule. I want to be able to still provide, obviously, for the family.
Exactly.
And then there's like the side thing, like everyone's like, oh, what are we going to do about the benefits? The benefits are so great. I know, and I get that, and I understand that our benefits are fabulous, you know, but, you know, my wife gets great benefits from her job, not as great as ours right now, but she gets, you know, she can still put the family on her benefits.
Exactly.
And I can do this and still make probably a little more than what I'm making right now weekly.
Yeah, well, dude, like I said, I know plenty of UPSers that have left and pursued careers or entrepreneurship, and they're all doing well. It's just a matter of when it's your time and you're ready to do something, you know, you put your mind to it, you can do it. I said, me, like a lot of people don't understand it. Some of my friends don't understand what I'm doing on social media. I'm experimenting. I'm trying everything, every outlet to try to figure out what I want my presence to be, because I really want to turn this into a business. If I can somehow figure out how to do it, to navigate it, then that's my keys to freedom. Like as soon as I get to that that Pier 80, I want to be out. I really do. I'm thankful, and I can tell people, this job has been a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know, it's been a very, very,
Absolutely.
very great career with no college education, nothing. I make a great living, great benefits. It's given me everything to provide for my family all these years. And I cannot knock it. No matter what I've been through, the struggles, it doesn't matter. Like, it's been really good to me and my family. So I have no
Absolutely.
complaints there. It's just a hard job. Physically, mentally, it's demanding. It takes a lot out of you. And if you're not strong enough to deal with all the stress and all the stuff that comes with it, a lot of guys break mentally, physically, whatever. I seen, I'm pretty sure you guys know, this job has like the highest divorce rate, one of the highest divorce rates in all the careers. Why? Because of the stress of the job, how demanding it is, all the hours we work. It's like people don't understand it. If you're an outsider, you don't understand it. Luckily, my wife was an insider, so she understands the whole business. My uncle is a retired mechanic now. Her uncle was a 20-year driver. So when I tell people UPS is my family, I'm literally saying UPS is my family. My little brother is a part-timer. I got cousins.
Wow.
There's so many people that work at the Goodyear hub, the Phoenix hub, that are all related to me. And people that are married into them. And so it's more and more and more generations of UPS, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
So UPS is my family. I mean, UPS has been my life. I've been with UPS since I was 17. So it's all I've ever known. And it's just become a big part of my life. It's a family. It's not really a friends thing. Everybody that I've been co-workers with for 26 years, we're like family at this point.
It's weird. This is honestly the first time I can say in my building, because I'm thinking about it right now. And I think this is probably the only time, and a lot of it had to do with the buyouts, because a lot of drivers that took the buyouts I know were, but with the divorce thing, my building might be at a ultra rare spot, because I think this is like I'm thinking of our top senior, like our top five drivers seniority wise, and I don't think a one of them is divorced. And that literally, I've been there 19 years, and that's the only time. I mean, people that just retired that took the buyout, we had, I think, 14 combined with the first two, and most of them were divorced, but the divorce rate is high. It's tough on a relationship.
It's crazy. You know how many guys I've talked to, and they're all, yeah, my ex-wife or my second wife or my third. I'm like, holy shit.
And I think, and it's a thing just because the timing of it, like if we could start earlier, it would be,
make a difference.
There are pluses, like you could take your kids to school, and I know other people do that, and I would be able to take my daughter to school if need be when she gets to kindergarten next year, but like it would be so nice if we could start as a packet, like if you could start at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
just say if you got to work a 12-hour day and you get done at 7, that's not that bad. But
it's not as bad, but man, I tell people, now that I'm in feeder, I'm working consistently 10 to 14 hours a day, right? Like a minimum 10. Like there's rarely days where I work 8 hours. There's hardly any days. But those hours are so effortless and so easy. I don't feel it. And then working nights, I don't miss anything. I'm here.
That was what I was just about to ask.
But when you're working 10, 12 hours in package car, that's like, oh my God, like you're dying at the end of the day. Like I don't know how some of these guys consistently work 12, 13, 14 hours a day. I know plenty of guys that do because they want the money that much. And right. I'm like, I don't know, guys, like the wear and tear you're putting on your mind and body, is it really worth the money? I mean,
it is, that's the thing though. That's the thing with, like with you working nights, so like as a package car driver, you're working those hours during the day, and then at nighttime, your kids are going to have to sleep, especially when they're younger or when they're old. When they're school age, they still, they can't be staying up in a night shift hours. So the fact that you're able to work nights, I mean, I know with your youngest being 15, like how many years did you do package car before you went to feeder?
16 years. 16 years package car, yeah. And I've been in feeder 5, going on 6.
Okay. So yeah, like if to look back on it now, if you'd have been able, would you have been working nights the whole time if the opportunity? Because I feel like
I really would have, because I've never been a night person, so it was an adjustment period. It was really hard in the beginning, because at the minute it would get dark, I would like get drowsy and go to sleep. Like I'd want to go to sleep. So it was a very, very hard adjustment period. I think maybe because I was older too. Maybe if I was younger, I would have been able to just jump right into it like nothing. But the benefits, I'm telling you, the benefits are crazy, especially if you're not a big sleeper, which I never really was. I would sleep 6 hours on a regular basis when I was in package car, regardless. Like 7 hours is luxury if I did. So that's basically what I'm sleeping in feeder now, right? Sleeping 6 hours a day. So the time that I'm asleep, I'm here. My kids are at school. I wake up. They just got home from school. So I'm seeing them for dinner. We're having dinner. I'm leaving right before their bedtime. And they're asleep. I'm working. I get off in the morning. Sometimes I would get off early enough to see them in the morning.
Yeah.
So I feel like I was seeing my family a lot more, and they never stressed or worried about anything because dad was always there. You know, if something came up, I was in the house. So I could just wake up and just go do what I needed to do. Any basketball games, performances, doctor's appointments, I was free to go do anything, but I had to sacrifice sleep. That was the thing.
Yeah.
But it was a trade-off that I was willing to make, because it just, like, I saw the benefits. My family saw that I was less stressed. I was making more money. It was just all better situation all around.
I remember your videos from your original account. You'd have the good morning videos. Dude, they would hype me up, and I would always need them. I would need them at because we're 3 hours behind each other. So I would see it like it'd be like 11 o'clock here. It'd be like a resurgence. But yeah, always made me laugh.
I'll tell you right now, those videos were for me each and every single day to psych myself up to get to work.
Yeah,
to get my thing right.
Well, it does, dude. And I mean, I couldn't imagine just being like, because I've only had, you know, I have one kid to have, you know. I think about that so much now, but like, you know, when you have just all it's tough, man. And I don't have to explain this to either one of you because you both obviously know, but it's like when I wake up in the morning and sometimes she sleeps in and I don't see her, and then I work late and she's asleep when I get in, like that messes with me a lot.
Doesn't that kind of break your heart? Because
it does.
Like, I'm not seeing my kids, man. Like,
I
had a moment where I don't know what year it was. Because I was kind of like vlogging, just basically that in my day. I was telling people about my day. I was just pretty much blabbing my mouth. But I was like really in my feelings, and I was like, dude, I'm killing myself out here every single day. I'm like getting home super late from work. I'm tired. My kids are asleep. I don't get to see my kids. I'm like, is this really? I was questioning whether it was really worth to continue doing the job, because the job was just too damn good for me to walk away, especially with the benefits for the kids and everything. I was like, I can't walk away. As hard as it is, no matter how bad it was, I was like, I gotta stick it out. I gotta see it through. And that was tearing me apart, because like I really wanted to figure out a way to spend more time with my kids. And now that they're older, it's like it's not as important, right? Because they're gonna go out living their own lives now. But I still want to be around. You know, I still want the luxury and the freedom to be on my time, not a company's time. That's what I really want.
And like, I know I've said this before too on the pod, and like, I don't know if you know or if you heard, but my dad is a retired UPS driver. He did his 30 years in and out. And like, you know, I remember times of having like baseball games when I was younger, and my dad wasn't able to be there. Yeah. You know, and as I got older and I started this career, I've been with UPS for 12 years now. I remember like thinking like, oh, like my dad did it, you know, and he had a family. Like, I'm gonna have a family, like I can do it. But I'm like, fuck, dude, this is hard. It's hard.
It's a different time. It's a different time now. With all with all the ways that you can make money now, it's like, why would you slave for somebody? I get it. Like me, like I tell people, I'm already too far in to turn back. I'm closer to the end than the beginning. So there's no swimming back. I'm going to the end. I'm gonna finish. I'm almost there. So for me, that's the situation I'm in. But for guys that are 1, 2, 3 years in, I'm like, you guys still have an opportunity. If you're young and you have ambition, you want to do something else, use this job as a way to get to where you want to go, because you make plenty of money. As long as you don't tie yourself up with too many finances, use the money to build your business. I know plenty of guys that have done that. It's just a matter of if they really want to do it or not. It's a leap of faith. It's giving up security, right? It's scary.
Absolutely.
I told a guy, one of our drivers, I'll keep him nameless. If he hears it, he'll know. But he's been in a couple years now. But right when he went full time, I was like, dude, don't get a new truck. So
I did all that stuff. So I'm saying I've done all of that stuff.
I said to him, I was like, listen, you're looking at a guy. I decided to save money because I'd like to gamble a lot. I decided to start saving money when I had to support a family. So I'm not anybody to give nobody financial advice, but I said, please listen to me on this. Don't buy a new truck. What's he do? Buys a new truck. Then like the next month, it barely works. I'm
gonna tell you like this. I was counting the days to hit top pay, right? And I couldn't wait. I was like, Mom, some of my friends were already buying brand new cars and trucks. I'm like, dude, fuck it. Fuck that. I'm gonna make that money in a couple of years. So I'm gonna go buy it now. And it was a constant, revolving circle of debt, right? You just never get out of it. So I got old enough. I'm like, dude, this is not worth it. Like, I don't need this shit.
That's what I drive, dude. I have a 97 LeSabre. Buick LeSabre is what my A to B car is to work. And my Jeep's paid off. Now I am going to have to get something new here eventually, just because it's a Jeep Renegade. It's not like a Wrangler, but it's not that big. And the older my daughter gets, the more we kind of exposed it that we need to kind of get something a little bit bigger, because we had went to.
You need a dependable vehicle that you don't have to worry about breaking down with your child in it. That's definitely something you don't ever want. Right? Yes, the wife and child. You don't ever want to get a call while you're out route. What are you gonna do?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing too. Like, our Jeep's still in good shape, but it's getting older. And that's another thing too. Like, they're about to go, and I think about that a lot. And that's like with that LeSabre, the shocks in that thing. It's an old car, and I don't have a booster seat in there for a reason, because she doesn't. We don't. If we're going somewhere, we're taking the Jeep. We don't take the Buick if we got to ride. But yeah, but But dude, I roll that Buick into the parking lot. And I swear, the people, when they get off a preload, they'll look at me. I'm like, yeah, this thing doesn't have
it's all right.
There's no payment on it. It gets me here. I'm here. Okay, listen, I'm going to park it right beside this. I'm going to park it right beside this $85,000 Dodge.
It's no biggie, because, like I said, I've been driving buckets to work for years now, and I don't even care, because I'm actually happier driving my old little cars now. I have a deeper appreciation for them. I don't know. And me, if I break down, I mean, I'm mechanically inclined. I'm a car guy, so it's not like worried about it. I'll solve it. It'll get fixed, or I'll get it towed, or I can deal with it. I just don't want my wife or my kids to ever be in that type of situation. So they've always been in something new or reliable.
Right.
For sure.
That's what I'll end up taking, the Jeep, when we get something new, and then but it's in a lot better shape than that Buick.
There you go.
That's basically what I had to do when we found out we were pregnant and we were going to have our first. I had this Ford F-150, and the missus was driving a Honda Fit.
Oh,
and
that's not gonna work.
Yeah, right. And she is going to be the one bringing the baby to daycare. Yep. When that happens, and I'm like, well, you're going to need a safer car.
Yeah.
So I had to bite it.
Thing right there, the safety.
Yeah. Right. I had to bite it. I was like, all right, we'll trade in the F-150. I'll take the Honda Fit, and you can get an SUV, whatever, Ford Explorer, something a little bit safer, and because she's got the precious cargo with her.
My wife has been in SUVs for years and years and years, and now that, like I said, now that my kids are all growing up, they're driving. My girls are driving, so my wife's SUV was already starting to get a little old. It's like 10 years old. I was like, all right, time to upgrade you, or because it's just getting old. I was like, I don't want to be fixing your car. I got enough dealing with mine. So we just got her a brand new Accord a couple weeks back. So we went from an SUV back down to a car now. I was like, this is the first time you've had a car in a long time. How's it feel? She's not used to it. She's still adjusting to a car from being in big SUVs for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, she probably feels like she's in a go-kart.
Yeah, it's like the next chapter of our lives now. It's like things are changing. We don't need the stuff that we needed before. So now we're downsizing.
Hell yeah.
Well, how I was going to ask, like, so we're talking about preload. Did you do part-time for a lot of years before you started driving?
I did 4.5 years of part-time. I never did any preload. I started out on a load wall. I went from loading probably like 3 to 4 months, and then I went to pick off on my belt that I started on. And then like 2 years later, something like that, I went to small sort. So I did small sort until I went driving.
Well, that's not bad. I think I
was working 2 jobs, so I was like, I needed something easy to do. So I was looking for the easiest job in the hub to do, and that was a small sort at the time.
I didn't. How big? Well, being in Phoenix, I'd assume you got like. Do you have like multiple hubs in one building? Is that how it works, or do you have?
Yeah, I mean, we would call them centers. I don't know what you guys call them, which is
we call them centers.
Yeah, so it was a big building. You know, the Metro Phoenix building was the main building for the longest time until 2019, when the Goodyear building opened up. I think it was 18 or 19. I can't remember. So yeah, all of our centers were all based out of there, but we had some other couple smaller centers. Like we have one in Tempe, one in Mesa, obviously the Tucson one, some little small outlying centers that are like really tiny where like they have like an MDU, like one, they'll have one trailer on it and that's it. So, but the Phoenix was the main hub, but we would just have these little smaller outposts outlined through the state. But Phoenix was the main one until Goodyear took over, and that one's massive.
Is that like multiple hubs or multiple centers?
The majority of the Phoenix stuff that was in the Phoenix building all left and went over there. The only thing that's left at the Phoenix building is like the Metro Center Phoenix area. Like that's it.
That was like we had saw a thing from somebody had sent us a thing in the Discord channel that took the buyout, the second one. And what were they on like in the list? There was like, it was like something crazy. It was like 350 drivers and they were like 346 or something like that. It's like, okay, I get it.
For 5 years, I'm still in the 200s.
Huh. Holy shit.
That was a major thing that I had an issue with in the beginning, because I could have been a feeder 10 plus years ago if I really wanted to. I just was, I'm going to be 100% honest. I was not ready. I was scared. I was intimidated. I was like, and I didn't want to change because I was so comfortable with what I was doing. I already knew what I was doing.
Right.
But to be honest with you, like that was a big deal for me leaving package car to get in a feeder. It was starting at the bottom again because I was almost at the top in my package car center. I was like, but the way that things were shifting and moving, I was like, dude, this is just going to get harder and harder every year. And I was like, it's time to move now. I had to make that change.
Yeah. It's kind of how I feel right now with the company as a whole.
The thing that's crazy is people would always ask me if UPS was a good place to work. And I would always say yes. I would always recommend it. Like, yeah, dude, it's a great place to work. Great place to work. But as the years went by, like, the changes that have been going on as the years have gone by, I'm like, dude, like, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, like, I can't recommend you work there unless you really want just the money. Like, if that's all your main issue is the money, then by all means, go work. But it's not an easy job. I think it's gotten harder, I think, to be honest with you. They just made it more complicated with all the technology.
Yep. Luke and I have talked about that too before. It's like when I first got hired, it felt like you were a part of like a club. You felt like good putting on that brown uniform. You felt like you were a part of something.
Even before,
now it's just
on. Even before I put the Browns on, like when I was a part-timer, I'm never forget that first week that I was in training class. Like they welcomed us, they bought us, they catered food to us every single day we were in class. I was like, what the? When I was a part-timer on the load sort, the midnight sort, because I worked the twilight, so the midnight supervisors would come in like as we're leaving, like, hey, you guys want to work a double? Can you work a double? Can you work a double for me? I'll give you a gas card. They would give us Mobile One gas cards back in the day to double shift. 25, 30, 50 bucks, whatever. So it was like an incentive. And on top of that, they would take us like on a Friday night, they were like, hey, if you double shift for me, I'll take you guys out to eat at Denny's after the shift. So like 1, 2 in the morning, they would take us out to eat at Denny's, and those were the good days. Like I remember I was like, they really, really care about us. Like they really want us to work. Now it's like, they don't even know who you are.
Yeah, dude, that's what we used to go out as an unload. And when I worked preload, they would, if we would have a good, like, dude, this was a guy that was this dude was a part-time manager. This dude wasn't even full-time, but he was like our unload supervisor. And if we would have, dude, he would take us out it wouldn't take the whole building out, but I probably, looking back on it now, it was probably an incentive. They're like, listen, if we get them to crank these trailers out,
exactly.
Everybody, whatever.
It would really,
still though, we would do it, and we would go get breakfast for
work
free.
harder. So you really would want to work harder, right? Because it would incentivize you to do it. So I was like, it made it easy to do it. Like, all right, cool. You're gonna pay me extra, or you're gonna take me out to eat, or you're gonna give me gas cards, whatever. I didn't pay for gas for like the longest time back in the day because the gas was only like 99 cents at that time, which is now it's sounding old.
Yeah.
So those gas cards they would give me fill up my car for $10. I'm like, there's 2 weeks of gas right there.
Heck yeah.
Right.
Now it's
that's
just
how much times have changed. And the final straw was when they took away the turkeys. That was the final straw. I was like, really,
dude. I was at the very end of the turkeys.
Like, you really, wow. Okay. I think the last year that they gave us turkeys, they gave us like a voucher, right? To go to the grocery store to get it.
Yeah.
That's what they gave us, the voucher. They gave us, people were laughing like, dude, what's this?
It's funny because I'm not 100% sure if all the regions are all the same because, some of the videos that I have posted about people asking me questions, and I'll tell them from my experience of what it's been for me. And I'll get a bunch of people that are like, no, you're lying. It's not this. It's this way. It's this way. I'm like, oh, well, fuck me then. And I'm like, I don't know shit. I'm like, I'm just telling you what I've experienced. I don't know everything of UPS, and I didn't even understand that like different regions, different local regions have different rules. So this is kind of new. Some of this stuff is new to me. I've learned stuff from other people because I only know the world that I live in. I don't know every single part of the region is different. Because the guys, I guess, like from you in New York, I heard it's pretty cutthroat over there. Kind of as far as like getting into feeder, it's like nearly impossible over there.
Yeah, it's when if there's a job opening, like we just had one female package car driver that just went to feeders. And like, she, it's a lot of training. It's a lot of that, obviously. I mean, I feel like that's probably everywhere.
Oh, it is.
But I mean, there was a spot that opened up and she was the one that,
the lucky one.
Yeah, she was the one that wanted it and got it. And, I mean, cutthroat over here, at least in my area. I don't know if it's cutthroat, but
I'm like the main New York City, like area, I guess.
Probably down there in the metropolitan area and shit.
I don't know all that stuff over there, how it works over there, but
that's a whole nother local.
I used to talk to a package car driver out of New York. I don't know which hub or station he was based out of, but he was telling me it's like nearly impossible to get a feeder there. Like guys have to literally die before you get in because they don't ever leave.
Yeah.
That's the truth, though. I mean, in feeder, there's guys that barely just retired because of the buyout that have been there 40 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
It gets crazy.
Dude, we were talking about the guy on the phone, the first one that took it. He worked like 60 years.
That's
Dude
ridiculous.
had like a 50-year circle of honor patch, dude.
Wow. Like one of the guys in feeder literally had to retire because of medical condition. He couldn't get a CDL and he couldn't get his medical card
My
passed.
God.
Like he was literally, they forced him to retire because he didn't
Like
want
he failed his DOT.
Yeah, he failed his DOT and so they're like, no, you're not driving anymore.
Time to retire,
That's
bud.
literally what it took for him
Crazy.
to retire.
It's crazy.
You know.
See, like, I've thought about it, but like, I don't want to drive those things into snow. That fucking terrifies me.
I'll tell you that right now. If I didn't live where I lived and doing this for the company that I do it for, I would not be a semi truck driver at all. It's the stuff that I have seen on the roads and the amount of extra stress and pressure that you have, especially in the beginning when you're learning how to drive. It's you see things through a different lens. I have a much greater appreciation for truck drivers now. Cause I don't myself a truck driver, dude. I'm just a UPS driver.
I don't know how, like, because there's times when it would get bad here, and you know, like Dave. So I've always mentioned this, and this has been going on for so many episodes. Like we have tire chains here, and we're allowed to put chains on our tires and go. And Dave, it's against the law in New York, so it's against state law to have tire chains. So Dave and them don't have chains, and I will tell you, dude. And I've said, I know, obviously, I live in West Virginia. He lives in New York. He's not in New York City, but he obviously has a lot more taxpayer base than I do. So the roads may be better treated at times, but I know it gets shitty fast and in a hurry. And, dude, I'll tell you right now, if I couldn't put chains on my tires, if they stuck me in New York and I don't know what I would do, man. When I put those chains on, I feel like Superman, which has gotten me in trouble, a little bit over the years, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without chains. So for him and I, and the main drivers, same thing. I don't think it's like anybody that has to not allow tire chains. I tip my hat because I couldn't do it. No way.
Got you. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I would do this job if I lived in a snowy area.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they're pretty shitty in the snow.
Freaks me out. Yeah, I'm comfortable where I am right now. That's like, you know, that's it. And unless there's another buyout coming in another year or so, or before the next contract, dude, I might see myself out of this place. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So
I don't blame you.
Do you want to get into a little bit of what you're like with what you're trying to do with social media with the online coaching? Do you want to bring that up at all?
I'm honestly just to be honest with you, I'm not really even looking for anything really financially at this point. It's just helping other men get better, get in better shape. Because I know once I got into feeder, they have this thing that's called, you know, we say it's called the feeder 40. When you get into feeder, you're on 40 pounds. Me being skinny my whole life, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. I put on that 40 almost. And I was like, ooh, okay. The less active I am, I guess I'm understanding why. You know? So I was like, all right. So I started getting myself in a better shape, and I was like, well, if I could do it for myself and figure this out, pretty sure I could help other men. And honestly, that's just what's filling me up with kind of a content, is just helping other people get in a better shape and motivating men, especially, you know, the older you get, to get in a better shape. That's it. That's all. Bottom line, just mindset, everything as positive as I can be for other people, because I do that for myself at the same time.
Well, I'd say that you'll do good at it, man. Because I've always thought you've been a good, you know, rather you meant to or not, of being a good motivator, or just being good with words and being true, man. Like, you know, people, that's another thing. Like, that's always a thing with like social media, especially, you know, like you gotta, Like, we've been doing this podcast a long time. You always try to navigate. You always want to find the people that are real to the heart. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out here that are, there's a lot of fake people in the internet world. So you just kind of got to, you got to keep the eyes peeled.
Like, so that's definitely something I'm really trying to be conscious of doing, is just being authentic to myself and not being fake. Because if I look at myself on there and it just doesn't feel authentic, then I really don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't portray myself to be somebody I'm not. I don't like that feeling.
No, that's I'm with you, dude, and I feel like that's why I don't say, like, I feel like I've always resonated with people pretty well, because I've always tried to lay it out there to where, I'm obviously not a perfect human being by any means. None of us are, but there's a lot of times I feel like it's something that doesn't, like you said with men too, especially because at our age, like, of our era, our fathers didn't come from that time, because like my grandfather was a World War II veteran, was a Marine. Like, man, he wasn't asking my dad, how he was feeling. You know what I mean? Like, how I loved my grandfather. I'm not gonna say, but wow, he was a badass.
Well, definitely, something men don't know how to do is communicate their feelings and be honest with them, right? We're tough guys, right? But at the end of the day, we're fathers, and especially when I became a father of 3 girls, I understood that I needed to be more delicate, more understanding, more loving, more caring. So I brought out a side of me that I never had before. Not that I wasn't shown love, because I really was, but the world that we live in really makes us as men want to be super closed off and tough and never show any emotions. That's what we're taught. Be tough, be strong, be a man, right? Mm-hmm. But honestly, I think it takes more of a man to be honest with his feelings, with his wife, with his kids, and be loving and caring than it is to be a tough guy, because anybody can be a tough guy. Right. So that's something that I definitely have learned, especially being a dad of 3 girls. So definitely, I think men that are more emotionally open and to talk about feelings and are actually stronger.
I agree with that. Because it's true, like you said, it's a weak-minded mindset to have, like, if you get mad or shut it off. But just a way, like, that's the thing where I feel like our era would break that moving forward. But we just didn't come up, like, it's just the way that it was, and I don't fault, and I'm not saying I wouldn't be able to. I could talk to my dad now if I needed to about whatever, but it's just like growing up the whole time. Like, it would be just because that was, you just got to break the stigma, and once you do that, I think our era moving forward, I think we're at the beginning of a lot of stuff. Hopefully it's good, but time will tell. Time will tell on that shit. But
yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude, it's very true. Like, when you have a kid and, like, that fatherhood hits you, you really start seeing yourself in a different light, almost, it changes you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't have any girls. I have 2 boys, but
they
that's what
they needed to.
That's what. Go ahead,
and like, and like, for instance, my youngest, he's 5. Dude, that kid, just seeing him, he wears his heart on his sleeve. Like, you're talking about, like, emotions and stuff like that. Like, this kid shows his emotions. Like, he wears his emotions on his sleeves. Where my 7-year-old, he doesn't quite show it all the way. I'm starting to notice a little bit more now, but, like, before, like, he was really just like, stone face. And, like, I don't know if that's something with, I'm hoping that, I'm doing the right thing as his father and showing him, like, it's okay to show your emotions with things. Yeah, you know, I mean, I feel like as parents, we're all just trying our best.
That's
you know,
all.
like nobody knows what to do,
There's
but
no
we're just
instruction. There's no instructions. There's no instruction. There's
exactly.
no exact way to do it. You just got to learn.
Yep.
You're learning on the job.
Yep. Absolutely, man.
Dude, so true. It's so true.
So, Luke, do you have anything else for our guest?
Well, dude, I would say that it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and when we can work it out scheduling wise, I feel like we definitely need to do a part 2 because I know we barely even scratched the surface on the background. So you're always welcome back on, brother. We just got to get
Anytime you want to call me on the phone and talk, like especially at nighttime.
Yeah, well, hey, I stay up. I stay up sometimes
right now.
But I know you got plans coming up too. So I don't normally. I told Dave beforehand. I was like, normally I ramble a lot, and I was like, I'm going to try not to ramble as fast. But dude, I'm glad we worked it out, man, and I'm so glad we were able to do it.
Well, it's fun. I've always wanted to do a podcast. I never thought I'd even imagine I'd be on one. So this was a lot of fun. And I realized that if people that know me don't really, because I don't really open up too much. I'm kind of I wouldn't say, what's the word?
Closed off?
Hermit?
I kind of keep to myself a lot, right? So a lot of people that don't know me don't realize that I talk this much. I have a lot going on in here. And it's just with the right people.
Absolutely.
No, I understand that.
Absolutely. Where can people find you on your Instagram?
On Instagram, Danny Flacco Fit.
Danny Flacco?
Yeah, like Joe Flacco,
Okay.
but with one C.
Gotcha. FLACO.
DANNYFLACOFIT.
Awesome.
I feel like I just got to say something real quick with Joe Flacco. He's balling out. Dude's balling out. I never thought I didn't. If you would have told me in 2026 that I would be sitting there going, 40-something-year-old Joe Flacco is a good free agent pickup, dude, I'd have told you were fucking crazy. But here we are. Here we are. That's all.
We are. Do you have anything for us, buddy? Do you have any questions for Luke or I?
I don't. Anytime you guys want to have me back on, let me know ahead of time. We'll work it out. I'll be glad to be on.
Love that.
Well,
Awesome.
you see,
We will definitely
be
make that happen.
for sure, my brother, because we definitely got to have round 2. I'm just, like I said, I'm glad for 211 episodes at least, because when I know you unplugged, and then however we stumbled across, I'm glad it worked out, man. If it was normally my steel trap memory's been failing me some, so maybe I need to work on. I'll just blame that on older age, but. Yeah, however it worked out, I'm glad that it did, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
So don't go anywhere. We'd like to say goodbye off the record here. Everybody, thank you guys for joining us. Jesus, thank you again for joining us.
Welcome.
Everybody, be safe out there. Luke, everybody else, we'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.